So today is going to be our third day of the German volume training, and today is shoulders, bis, and tris day. Today is going to go pretty fast. We're also going to throw in a little bit of abs as well. So the first one that we're going to be doing today is going to be 10 sets of 10, and again, pick one weight. You're not going to be going up in your weight. You're going to keep it the whole time. So pick something that will give you a challenge, but that you can get through it with. We're going to do seated shoulder presses, the military presses to begin with. So you're going to take your weights and you're going to go straight up, tap them at the top, and then bring them straight down again. You want to bring the weight all the way down, okay? That way you get the full use of all of your muscles that are used. You want to go at a medium pace, not too fast, not too slow. So y'all ready?
Ouch! Man, my right shoulder hurts. Thinking, oh. Are we doing 15s?
Okay, so our second move today is going to be incline curls. So what you want to do is pick again a weight that you can keep and maintain for 10 sets of 10. We're not going to go up again. In between each of your 10 little sets, you want to have a 1.5 minute break. I forgot to mention that the first time through. So these two that we're doing here, a 1.5 minutes in between. If you're using a bench, you want to go ahead and set it back just a hair to give you a little bit of an incline. The reason being is you want to be able to have a little bit more of an isolation on your biceps. So you want it to be able to sit back and then curl it up. And then when it goes back, you want it to drop to the full thing. Otherwise, when you sit straight up, you're not isolating them as much.
And curl a little bit more towards the armpits than straight up over the top.
Could you do 90 seconds as an alternate?
Instead of a 1.5 minutes? Yeah,
yes,
that would work.
If you really want to.
Okay.
Check. All right, let's.
One arm at a time, Dave. I didn't know what you were doing.
So our third set for today is going to be our skull crushers. There's two different ways to do this. If you want to use the straight bar, you can do that. You could also use the dumbbells like we're going to be using today. I personally prefer the dumbbells just because you're going to be using each muscle. You're not going to be overusing one like you would if you had the bar.
Isolate.
Whatever. Isolation, isolation. Whoop, whoop. So what you want to do is if you have a bench, lie it back into a straight position. You're going to grab your two weights if that's what you choose to do. You will lie back, punch the ceiling, and then you want to lock your arms into place and then slowly bring them all the way down. Keep your elbows in, watch your head, and then bring them all the way back down.
And are we supposed to arch our back like that?
I can't not arch my back. Let's see. I can't do it. And then you'll just repeat the process again.
Show us the part where you crush your skull.
No.
Don't smash your face.
Don't smash your face in. So that's what you're going to do. We're going to do 10 sets of 10, again with 90-second break or 1.5 minutes, whichever you want.
I think it's 25, Phyllis.
Not 10 sets.
Makumi. The last thing that we're going to be doing today is our scissor abs. So we focused on our shoulders, we did some biceps, we did some triceps, and now the abs is the last thing. We are not doing back, Dave. We are doing abs.
Dave's just happy because when we first started, he couldn't do one of those. Look at him go.
Okay, anyway, refocus.
I'm trying to do one.
The last time we did abs, we focused on our lower abs. Today we're going to do a little bit more focusing on the upper abs as well. A scissor, if you don't know what it is, you're going to lay back. Do you want to go from an angle so you don't have to look at my butt?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have your head up. Don't do your chin in though. Keep your chin kind of looking up at the ceiling and try not to use your hands. And you're just going to go here, here, make contact, and that was 1. And then you go again, and that's 2. We're going to do 25 of those, so in essence, it's almost going to be like doing 50. Try to go slow and really contract the abs, and try to hold that position, making contact each time so that you're working your side abs as well.
1, 2, 12. Casey's cracking.
Hey, you hear that?
Who's old?
You. We didn't.
Shoulders and arms, volume training, auf Deutsch. I like this. It's nice to be able to talk in between sets, but you still really work out your shoulders. They were really shaken by the end of the 10 sets. We chose wisely, I think. Phil did 40, I did 35 pounds. If we'd gone down 5, it would have been too easy. But easiest of the 3 German volume trainings that we've done so far, I think.
Easier than legs?
Easier than legs. I think so. Legs was...
You know that now because you can barely
time
walk.
out. Didn't he say when we did legs, you said, you're going to be sore tomorrow? He says, no, I won't.
And I wasn't.
What'd
I
you
was
say?
not
Yeah.
sore the day after legs. 2
He
days
had
after legs.
DOMS. He had delayed onslaught muscle soreness, which is a real thing, 48 hours afterwards.
I'm not even sure I would have been sore if I hadn't added in the elliptical the second day.
You would have been.
But felt a lot of soreness on the legs 2 days after German volume training legs. But I really like this program. It's a little more intense than when we tried it in between days in the P90X, P90X2 hybrid, but it's real enjoyable. I like it.
So today, like Dave was saying, today we focused on our shoulders, our bis, our tris, and a little bit of abs. As you saw, we started out the same philosophy of picking the main body parts and doing 10 sets of 10 with a minute and a half in between them, and then we went down and we just did the 3 sets of 10, and then we did 25 of the abs, 3 sets. So I think I picked some really good weights this time. Part of me at one point when we first started, and this is something that y'all need to get used to as well, is the first 1 or 2, 3 sets might feel easy and you might be contemplating going up on your weight, but I really highly suggest that you just hold off at least for the first time. See where how after the day's over, how do you feel about it? And then if you still feel like you should have gone up, put a little up arrow next to it so that next week you can go up. Because like I said, on some of mine, at first I was like, this might be too easy. But by 7 and 8 and 9 at the end, you could really feel it. So I'm really loving this program. I don't like cardio, and so this is right down my alley just to build some mass.
So how much cardio have you done this week? 0. So while Dave and I are running,
Yes.
that's okay.
But you know what I'm thinking
This
about
program doesn't call for it, though. We're just doing it because we like it.
My cardio, I actually have a job where I work compared to the boys that have a job where they just manage everything. So I'm a worker, they're a manager. So I get my cardio by moving stuff around all day and moving really fast. That's my cardio.
Oh, okay. We like that.
So
That works.
that's how it goes.
Okay, well, this is probably my favorite day. Any day we can do biceps, that's a fun day.
I'm a shoulder girl.
Yeah, shoulders are tough. I always think that the shoulders are a real tough routine. And it's funny because as you're doing your shoulders, you're also getting a tricep workout as well. Matter of fact, that's kind of where you feel it first. You start feeling your arms start to swell up a little bit, and then you start to feel it into the shoulders. You feel it here, and you also feel it back here a little bit if you're keeping the proper form. And you can make the shoulders as difficult as you want to, depending on how far you come down. You can come down real far, or you can just come down parallel. A lot of people only come parallel as they come down. That makes it a little easier. So if you go down a little bit further, you get a little bit more of a workout. I probably did a little bit of both, depending on how tired I was for that set. When it came to the biceps, I picked a good weight today. I think when we did it that 1 week we had off during P90X, I think I used 25s today. I used 30s. We did do a hammer style this time instead of doing, last time we were curling and keeping kind of a regular curl. So the hammer, when you do a hammer curl, you can usually heavy up the weight a little bit. So I went ahead and did 30s. Might be able to do 35s next week, but it was really tough towards the end. And then the skull crushers, my triceps were burning at set 4. But the nice thing about the German volume training, that 1 minute, 30 seconds that you get in between gives the muscle a chance to recoup. And so when you do your set again, it's usually that number 7, 8, 9, and 10 of that set, or maybe even just 8, 9, and 10 that really, really burns. So you can get through it, even though you might get to set 4 and go, oh, I'm burning out. You'll probably still be able to finish the whole thing if you just keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, I know I had that issue with the bicep hammer curls when we were doing them. I had said, oh, I don't know that I can do this all the way. But I ended up pushing through and was able to do all 10 sets with the 20s.
Right. So, just keep pushing with this. And if you feel like you can do more the next week, that's when you go ahead and let yourself know on your workout sheet that you want to try to bump it up. Some of these, you're not going to be able to bump up immediately. Even though you completed it, going an extra 5 pounds, you probably won't even come close to completing it. So you might want to do a couple weeks at a certain weight and then bump it up. But we're going to bump some weights up next week, I'm sure.
The rule was you should try the 5 pounds. If you don't get the 10 reps, you wite down what you can and you keep going until you complete it.
Yes, but sometimes, if you just totally didn't even come close you had to really, really push hard. I still think trying to get those 10 sets of 10, just slowing down a little bit, maybe getting a little bit slower reps might even be more advantageous. But like Dave said, you can bump it up, and if you only do 7, 8, 9, something like that on those last few sets, then that's what you do. And then you work until you can get the 10 sets of 10 again. So that's another option.